they show you the example with the algebra tiles, right? So they used their algebra tiles. They made them a perfect rectangle. What's the length of this?
X plus 3.
X plus 3, and how many groups of that do you have?
3.
3. Okay, so then you have 3 groups of X plus 3 as your final answer. Okay? You're not going to want to use algebra tiles the whole time to do this, right? Okay. So the other way that we can do it is if we have 3x plus 9, I can break them down like I would a prime factorization. So how can I break down 3x? 3 and 1, and then you also have x. Okay? Is 1 a factor of every number?
Yes.
Because I can multiply 1 by anything, right?
Yeah.
What's the prime factorization? So I'm not going to write out your 1, but I have 3 times x. How do I write out 9 prime? 3 and 3. So 3 times 3. What do you have that's in common?
3.
I have a pair of 3. So if you have it in common, you can take it out. Okay, you can take it out of the grouping. So if I take out the 3's,
You're left with 3x.
what's left on the inside? Up top, what are you left with?
3x.
I took out the 3. On top, what are you left with? X plus, what are you left with on bottom? 3. So you pull out the thing that you're in common with, and then what you're left with goes in parentheses.
Oh, you just said 3 plus 3 and then 3 times x.
3 plus
If you, I think I got it. Then you get
Yeah. If I distribute it, 3 times x is 3x.
3x.
3 times 3 is 9.
Wait, what would you do though if you told us x equaled like 4?
We're not doing that. So essentially, I divided each of these terms by the common factor, kind of like we did in our bell work, right?
Yeah.
Well, our common factor was what? 3. So if I divide each of these terms by 3, I am left with x plus 3. Because 3 divided by 3 is 1 or 1x. 9 divided by 3 is 3. I'm going to do another one, don't worry. Okay, so if we have another example. Oh, I don't like that one. What?
Got it.
Good. If I have another example of like
4x.
4x plus what?
8. 8.
Not 8,
Eight.
not 7.
12. 12.
How about 30?
31.
Okay, so what can I break 4x into?
2
Two
times
and
2.
2 times 2 times what?
X.
X. So my prime factorization is 2 times 2 times x, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what can I break 30 into?
5 times
15
X,
times
5
2.
times 6,
I heard 3 times 10.
3 times
I can break 10 into
5 times
5 and 2. So my prime factorization would be,
2 times
2 times 3 times 5.
because I put it in order from least to greatest. What do you have in common?
2.
I have common a 2, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to pull that thing out. And inside the parentheses, up top I'm left with
Wait, so where'd you put
2x.
You just
So
put
2
They're in
that
common.
number, you put
They're-
the number right
whatever I pull out, I put it in front of the parentheses.
So it'd be 2 plus x.
So what do I have up top?
2x
2x.
plus 8.
And then down below, I have 3 times 5 left.
Oh, 15.
So 3 times 5 is
15.
15. So that's how I get inside my parentheses.
Because 2 times 15 is 30, and then 2 times.
If I distributed back in, I would get 4x
Plus 30.
plus 30. So basically, we're doing the opposite of distributing. We're pulling something out.
Wait, so that's
That's
how you
the same.
can check your work.
That's how you can check your work, is distribute. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more examples. Let's do,
17 and.
no, we're going to do 6x plus, no, we're going to do 6x minus 24. Okay, what can I break 6 into?
3 and 2.
2, 3, and x. So my prime factorization is 2 times,
3 times x.
okay. What can I break 24 into?
6 and 4.
6 and 4.
What can I break 6 into?
3 and 2.
What can I break 4 into?
2 and 2.
So my prime factorization of that one is,
2 times 2 times 2 times 3.
So what do you have in common?
The 2. And the
Two.
3. And 3.
And 3. So now, since I have them in common, I pull both of them out. So what would you get when you pull both of them out?
2
2
times
times 3.
6.
2 times 3, which is
Six.
6. So that's what I pulled out. What are you left with up top?
X.
X. And then you have a 2 times 2, which is
4.
what operation goes in between?
Minus.
Minus, because I had a minus up here.
So that,
Okay, I lied to you. I'm going to do 2 more examples now.
That would look like a leaky.
I know, I'm sorry.
can you roll?
All right,
it?
I'm going to do,
10 and 4.
let's do 28x minus 7.
Oh, I was
Okay, what can I break 28 into?
4 times
4 times 7. I can break 4 into,
2 and 2.
and what else do I have?
X.
So my prime factorization is,
2 times 2 times 7 times
what can I break 7 into?
7 and
7 and 1. So I have 1 times 7. Okay. What do I have in common?
7.
7. So again, that's what I'm going to pull outside of my parentheses.
So then you have
What are you left with up top?
2 times 2, which is 4x.
2 times 2, which is 4. And then I also have an x. What am I left with on bottom?
Plus 1.
I have a 1.
Minus 1.
What operation goes though? Minus. How are we feeling? Thumbs up. We're like, yeah, give it. I could do this. This one like, oh, I could try it. This one's like, don't do that. Okay, last one then. This time I will do the example in the book. 12x plus 7y. What can I break 12x into?
6 and 2.
6 and 2. What can I break 6 into?
3 and 3.
3 and 2.
2.
And then I also have an x. Okay, so what's my prime factorization?
2 times 2 times 3 times x.
What can I break this one into?
7. What is 7?
And then I also have a,
Y.
so I would have 1 times 7 times y. Okay?
Nothing.
So what do you think my answer is?
That's 17
No,
more.
there's, you can't have
What?
there's nothing in common. So it's nothing. Cannot be factored.
It kind of is. It cannot be factored.
Can you just write 0?
No.
Oh man.
Cannot be factored. You could write CBF. I'm fine with that. Cannot be factored. But don't write 0 because 0 is not the common factor. Question, comments, concerns? Okay. Your homework is going to be those goddess at the bottom of the page, D, E, and F. D, E, and